Nyanyi terus.
Da, da, da.
Nyanyi kok nggak apa-apa kok.
Nyanyi.
给我一杯忘情水。Okay, everybody. Is it on now? Oh, nice background, yeah? Oh, seems like I'm somewhere very exotic places. Wearing relaxed
YouTube aman.
shirts. Maybe I'm in Hawaii or in Japan, somewhere in Far Eastern. Oh. Hello, Titi. How are you today? Yeah. So we are waiting for a while to see who else is coming. Anyway, anyhow, thank you so much for being here. Sakura, yeah. Thank you. Si Amir kasih tahu.
Okay.
Menakshi, Jalin, hey, how are you? How are you? Andreas also here. How are you all? Today is an English sessions and we are going to talk about the third karma. So we've been talking about this, the first type and the second type before 2021. The first one, which is actually the karma in this current life. The second one is the ancestor karma. And now is, what can I say? I think it's very exciting because usually when you talk about karma, then you always talk about this, reincarnation. So we are going to talk about the reincarnation. I don't know if we can cover the whole topic of reincarnation within 1 hour. If not, then probably we are going to extend it until next week. This session, I'm going to talk about the foundations of reincarnation, of why there is reincarnation. Gary, how are you? David, how are you? I don't know who else is here. Everyone here. Love the background. Thank you so much. Yes. Why I have a background like in the Eastern? Because reincarnation is actually a system or a belief that is founded in Asia. Okay, is everything ready? Is everything ready? I think everything's ready. Yeah, everything's okay, right? I think we are going to start now. So most of you most probably already know what is reincarnation is, but just to make sure, can anyone type in what do you think reincarnation is? Please, anyone who's watching, if you understand what is reincarnation and what you think about reincarnation, can you please type in? One more thing, yeah. Reincarnation is actually a delicate subject. Few of the religions, they don't believe in reincarnation. So even the thought of talking about reincarnation is not that good for them. I hope that you will have an open mind when you listening to my session for this reincarnation thing. I'm not going to discuss it from the religion's point of view. I mean, I'm going to discuss about the religion because mostly the reincarnation's concepts based from the religion itself, but I'm not going to, we are not discussing about religion here. we are going to discuss the reincarnation from the karma point of view. So please open your mind. It's going to be a fantastic journey because when I started learning about this type of karma, reincarnation, it amazed me. Oh, really, it amazed me. I personally have quite a lot of stories, not from books, not also from videos or YouTubes or whatever, but from my personal point of view, which is very exciting. Okay, Christopher, thank you. When we die, we will be the rebirth in different time as a different person. That is good. That is good. That is good. There's another one. May reincarnation is when our oldest generation reborn in our families. That is good. Very good. Very very Hindu. Very Hindu point of view. Hinduism point of view. Okay. So, what is actually reincarnation? It is actually a belief. There are two types of belief. One is a philosophical view. Another one is the religious view. We believe that that non-physical essence of a human, yeah, it is either a soul or a spirit. Depends on how you believe in it, how you see it. After a biological death, the soul or spirit will actually begins a new life or reborn in a different physical form or body. So that is actually a reincarnation. Some people say it is a rebirth. Some people say it is recycling of life, which recycle is after you become waste, then you become something of a new product. So it depends on what you think about it, because even in religion, reincarnation has quite a different importance, such as in Tibet, where mostly in Tibet they believe in reincarnation. So they actually believe that the bodies that we are living in is actually only a vessels. That's why after death, people don't really care about the vessels. They just sort of like put it somewhere. Even in Bali, where the Hindu tradition is very strong, pergi ke mana? Ke pulau apa? You put the bodies, eh?
Oh, ini.
Oh,
Trunyan. Trunyan village.
Trunyan.
Trunyan.
Trunyan, yeah. Trunyan village, is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. In Trunyan village. So what happened in Trunyan village? I got you Bali.
Mereka taruh body-bodinya mereka itu yang udah meninggal di bawah pohon.
Yeah. So in Bali, in Trunyan village,
Trunyan trees.
the dead bodies, they just put it under the trees, right? They don't bury it or whatever. I think there are times, yeah, where they put everything and then they put it into an island or something.
It's not an island, di bawah pohon gitu ditaruh.
It's very
Dan,
it's very unique tree, because the tree in the world is just only one. There's only one tree in the world, and it grows in Bali.
Oh, see, that's good. I don't know if you can read what Faris said. So in Bali, in what island? What?
Trunyan.
Trunyan, in Trunyan village. So the dead bodies just put it under one big tree, and this big tree is one and only kind. They have no other this kind of tree in the world. So they just put it there. So that's why it's very interesting. And as like I mentioned to you in the beginning of session, all reincarnation comes from the religion. So all religions which are Asian based, like Hindu, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism, are all believe in reincarnation. And when I said it's Asian religions based, most of them, not most of them, actually all of them, originated from India. You know, even Buddhists originated from somewhere around India, I think Nepal somewhere. Is sort of like big country of India, of surrounding. Even Zen, because originated Zen comes from the Buddhists. So everything that believes in reincarnation, they all started from the religion, from the Asian point of view. It's a bit different, yeah, very different from religions that is based from the Timur Tengah, from the Eastern, from the Arabic countries. The Arabic countries, when I said Arabic countries, the apa Timur Tengah apa?
Middle East.
In Middle East. When I said the Middle East, it is not only Muslim, yeah, it is also Christian. So as you can see, the source of the religions determines how the point of view differ a lot. Ini no. Bisa. Par ke sini, Par.
Mouse-nya Pak.
Okay, good. Nah, harus ini ke sini aja nih, digedein. Jadi ke atas ke bawah. Okay, ke atas lagi. Okay, when we talk about reincarnation, we must talk about Hindu first. Why we talk about Hindu? Because I think, from my point of view, Hindu is the oldest religion there is, especially regarding to all the religions that believe in reincarnation. Hinduism is actually the oldest one. So the key belief in Hindu is reincarnation. They believe all life, no matter what you are. When I said what you are, is like, doesn't matter if you are human being, or even animals, or even plants. So all the living beings, we have to go through the birth, life, death, and rebirth. And that cycle is known as the cycle of samsara. If you doesn't matter, I will talk about it later. So what they believe is actually, when you die, in Hinduism, a soul or a spirit is called Atman. So the Atman is believed to be reborn or reincarnated into a different body, depending from your karma. So if you have a good karma, exceptionally good, all I can say is most probably you're going to rebirth as a human. So if you are a human now, it means that you did something well last life. But if you didn't actually have quite good karma, you're going to be born into animals. And depending, because we have a lot of animals, yeah, the more disgusting, and like insects, whatever, means you have a worse life in the previous life. So if you're born like a dog or a cat, where people actually pet you, and you're having a very good life as a pet, as a dog, means you did okay. Your good karma probably not as much as the bad one, but the difference is not that big. So you probably reborn as a pet which people love. And sometimes, probably, yeah, if we just look at it, if you're born as a pet and people love you, sometimes it is better than you live as a human but nobody loves you. True? At least when you're born as a human, you need to work. You need to find something. You need to find money. You need to eat. Basically, if you want to eat, you need to earn some money. But if you are a pet, and if you are a pet of someone powerful, or even have a lot of money, some of it, they go and travel anywhere using the first class airplanes and living like in a castle, even for dogs, yeah. So I think, yeah, it depends on the way you see it. But people usually will always choose to live as a human rather than dog. Um, and as we know from the history, Siddhartha Gautama, who is actually what we call the source of Buddhism, was also Hindu. So he was a Hindu. He gained a new perspective on life, on how he tried to overcome the samsara. So because traditionally or deeply rooted, yeah, Buddhist roots are actually same thing like in Hindu. So even in Buddhist, they also believe in reincarnation. But it's kind of different, the way the Buddhists say, like the Buddhists in India and also the Buddhists in China is quite different, yeah. In Buddhists in China, we believe when you pass away, when you are going to be rebirth, you are going to pass an old grandma. You don't know that, yeah? You're going to pass an old grandma, and she's going to give you a bowl of water. And if you are a fan of Andy Lau, that's why I keep singing it. In the beginning, I said, 给我一杯忘情水. That one, the water is called 忘情水. 忘情水 is, 情 is like all of your emotions, yeah? 忘 is forgotten. 水 is basically water. So if 忘情水, it means the water that helps you forgetting everything in the past. You drink it from the grandma, drink, you reborn. That's why when you're reborn, you don't remember your past life. Everything's clear. I'm not quite sure about the Hindu or the real Buddhist there, because everything has its own tradition. I know it because yeah, I'm a Chinese heritage, so I know. Hello, darling. Yay! Hello, Amir. If I'm not mistaken, Siddhartha Gautama used to be a prince, correct? Yes, he was a prince. But his kingdom, long time ago, his kingdom was a Hindu. So, on that time, the commonly religion on that area, Hindu. Until he attained the enlightenment, then Buddhism started to emerge. Something like that. Hello, Leo. Good evening, brother. Good evening. You kan itu? Ini.
Apa?
Now, because we are talking the reincarnation from the perspective of karma and also from perspective of the new knowledge and also technology, yeah. So when we said about karma, we always mention about the brain. So actually, when you die, your brain know it. Because when your heart stops, then your brain stops. So that's actually the mechanism. Heart stops, brain stops. Heart don't stop, brain also still working. And after the brain shut down, then it is based on the research, yeah, not my research, but apparently a lot of people do research about this, and mostly from the religion point of view. And when I said religion point of view, it's not only the Hinduism or the Buddhism. They actually have a lot of books from the Christian perspective, which actually they don't really actually believe in the reincarnations. I don't actually know about the Muslims, so I'm not going to say about it. So basically, some of them already passed away and already declared passed away. Some people has been able to resuscitated or brought back to life. And after they brought back to life, they then tell you the experiences, what happened when they were declared death. We are going to talk about this more next week. But apparently, apparently why I'm saying about this, because reincarnation, as we all know, it does something after you die. Sometimes when you experience a short-term death, suddenly you will be able to see something like this. So sometimes when we talk about reincarnation or the type of karma in the reincarnation stage, you will see more of a metaphysics stuff from the other karma. It's where, you know, like I don't know, you can say fairy tales, magic, belief, traditions, everything come all in together. And if you are not equipped with the right knowledge, I think you will be getting carried away by amazing stories, and you don't actually know which one is right or wrong. Because even if you like history, if you watch, if you read Chinese history, apparently, because the history that I understand quite well is mostly the Chinese one, because I'm learning Chinese metaphysics. Even in the history of Chinese, they mention about the, you know, it might be a dream, it might be whatever, when they can actually see the past life. So it's like that. Message restricted. Why? 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 What happened, Amir? Yeah. So in Hindu, back again. Hindu. When you have a good karma, means as a human, when you have enough good deeds, then you will be born as a human. A bit different, yeah, between Hindu reincarnations and also Buddhism reincarnations. Is a bit different. Why I can say different? As you all know, in Hindu there are 4 kasta. 4 kasta. What are kasta? One is the farmer, Brahma. Brahma is the highest one. Brahma is the highest one. Is the one where you apa? The king or the religions. That one. And after that you have the knights. The second one is the knights. Yeah. Third one is the knights. The second one, the knights. The third one is Sudra. Sudra. May is from Bali, but she even forgot.
Betul, sudra.
Sudra apa itu?
Sudra, pekerja, pelayan.
No, Waisya dulu.
Ya, Satria, Waisya. Kan sudra yang terakhir.
Iya, Waisya first.
Oke.
Waisya is the farmer. The fourth one is the
Sudra,
Sudra. Sudra is the what?
petani. Pelayan.
Not petani, is the maid. Something maid lah. Something maid. So, in Hindu, they believe when you have a baby, a newborn baby, after a few months, they will ask, who is the baby? So they believe that the older generation, if they have a good karma, they will come back and return as one of their own. So if you have a lot of families, cousins, whatever, I mean, probably your great-grandfather will be born under one of those families, but they will be in the same line of family. That's what I'm saying. And what's the difference? Because they have kasta. The kasta is the differentiate between status. So when you were born under higher status, then when you reborn, you will also back to that status. Okay? And if your karma is not that good, means you're still going to be born under the same family, but probably because sometimes shit happens. You fall in love with someone from lower kasta, then you are born there. But the kasta plays a very important role in Hindu traditions, even until this moment. So for Hindu, the people that your older generations family will live back to be the same with your own family lah. Same thing. What can I say? Inner circle. Why are you looking at me? True, huh? Inner circle. So that's Hindu. Different with Buddhism, Buddha. What happened if you're a Buddhist? If you have a good karma, then you will be born as a human. If you don't actually have a good karma, then you won't be born as a human. But like I said, it depends. Because later you can see which one you prefer. This one they are saying only. I'm not saying that you need to choose, because sometimes people think it's better to live as a human. If you have a good karma, then you become a human, a good human. But you see, in human, there are also like rich people, poor people, the lucky one, the unlucky ones, the fortunate one, and the unfortunate ones. Even as an animal, they actually have different places. Like I mentioned earlier, maybe you are born as a pet, but the owner is a rich, powerful guy, where you live a luxurious life. So that plays in karma. In Buddhism, Siddhartha wiped out of the kasta. So in Buddhism, there is no kasta. And also in Buddhism, when you die, they don't believe that you're going to be reborn as someone in your family. Different. Sometimes you can be born, say here, I'm in Indonesia. Maybe after I die, I will be born in America. Probably I'll be born in Africa. I'll be born anywhere. It's not restricted to be born as someone from my own family again. That's the particularly the main difference between Buddhism and Buddha. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it means that there's a possibility that who inside of you might be someone who's lived in a previous life that might bring his or her karma to you? Indeed, when we born as a human, we have more chance to fix our karma. This is what I believe. Yes, that is true. Emil, I think you need to reconstruct your question. Yeah, I don't really get it. Is it means that there is possibility that who inside of you might be someone who's lived a precious life? Basically, our soul or spirit, because in the body we always mention that we have three things inside of us. One is the physical body, another one is the soul, and the third one is the spirit. Depends on which one you believe lah. Sometimes people only believe there's a soul only, and a physical form. Oh my gosh, big rat. But basically, yes, the soul or the spirit, it's sort of being recycled. So if you believe in reincarnation, it means you have previous life. Of course, later on we will also learn that, even in the spirit, they actually have ages. So you might be a new spirit. Someone is having an old souls, whatever. But let's discuss it next week. Okay, three things. Yeah. And Dalai Lama is the chief, for not all the Buddhists, but for the Buddhism in Tibet. He is called the highest spiritual leader of Tibet. And the current one is the 14th Dalai Lama. Because they also believe of reincarnations. So they believe that after the Dalai Lama pass away, their soul will be reincarnated into a new baby. So they have specific rituals to find where is the next Dalai Lama. You don't know. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, I should have researched this, because some information is like here. If I'm not mistaken, they have actually found out the 15th Dalai Lama, and turns out the next one is a girl. So apparently it's not like after the 14 pass away, then the 15 can be found. No, they actually have specific rituals which I don't even know, but they sort of knows, because when they found out that someone is considered the next Dalai Lama, they will have sort of a lot of questionnaires and also signs and also rituals, which they will answer everything correctly, and after they done it, it's a proof that they're actually the one who's going to be the next Dalai Lama. So it's interesting one. Dalai Lama is always considered as a living bodhisattva, an emanation of Avalokitesvara. In Chinese, probably we know as a form of the goddess Kuan Yin Pusa. So it's like that. So interesting. I think it's very interesting about reincarnations. Just want you to know what happened. The foundation of the reincarnation theory. So that one is from the religion perspective, yeah, from one of the Buddhism, another one is in Hinduism. As you all know that I've also served as a consultant and also a therapist and a healer as well. So have I had any experience firsthand with the reincarnations? Of course! This is the best part. This is very good. There are four castes in Hindu, which is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Yeah lah, I asked you already. Now you just told me this. Hello, Richa. He will tell before he goes. Okay, first I'm going to talk about my aunties. I have one auntie. Currently, she's living in China. And a long time ago, when she was living in Hong Kong, she had this a puppy. And I don't know why. I mean, she, not me. She didn't know why, but suddenly she fell in love with this puppy and took care of the puppy until the puppy matured and died. And when the puppy died, she got broken-hearted for so long. And of course, in Chinese heritage culture, when you're close to something, not only you're close to a human, if you're close to your pets or whatever, you usually go to a fortune teller. Then the fortune teller actually told her that in the previous life, the dog was her brother. So now the dog came because he wanted to spend some time with the big sister. Yeah. How about my own experience? Yeah, I can heal animals. I can also heal animals. So once I got a client who is actually still a best friend of mine. He got a golden dog. The type of dog is golden. This dog is already in the old age. I don't know how old. I think 12 years old, 14. Correct me if I'm wrong because I don't really understand a lot about the dogs. But what happened, because the dog's already in the old ages, he was in pain because he got a lot of tumors. So at night he cried. Most of the night he cried because it was painful for him. He couldn't eat. He couldn't take a rest. For sure, he couldn't sleep because he kept crying. So the owner, who is my best friend, felt that he couldn't rest well because he need to attend to the dogs, and because he loved the dog. So he asked me if I can do something about it. In the beginning, of course, I told him that I will try my best. I don't know what is the result because frankly, when we said we are going to heal animals, we never know what's going to happen. So I healed. After the first session, the dog could actually sleep well. He didn't cry, and he got more energetic. He could eat better than before. Then after the second one, he gets better. And after the second sessions, my best friend told me that okay, I think it's quite enough because now he can perform his ordinary functions lah. The dog can eat, sleep, whatever. Then after a few months later, then I got another call from him. Then he asked me and he said, suddenly this dog got worse. So he called me up again. So we met somewhere and I met the dog. No, this is the problem. Because what happened is I'm very sensitive. You can say that I have sixth sense. Some people probably think I don't know. I don't think myself as an indigo. I don't really care about that. But I can sense, I can feel something like that. So what happened when I have a direct contact with the dog? Suddenly, I found out that both of them were actually brothers, and they had a very good and lasting relationship in the past life. But he did something wrong, so he need to be reborn as a dog, where the brother, of course, become human. So I asked my best friend to actually ask the dog for forgiveness. I just told him, like, I don't know if you believe me or not, but if you okay with it, I want you to apologize. Just say, I'm sorry for what I did in a previous life. I don't know what I did, but all I know is now I care so much about you. I love you so much. And if in a previous life you were one of my relatives, this life you could only become my pets. I'm hoping in the next life, if we have to meet in the same life again, we will be the same as human. That's what I asked him to say. Then after that, I also asked him for after forgiveness, then
Letting go.
Hah?
Nggak apa.
Gratitude. Gratitude. Sometimes I forget the word. Gratitude. So I asked him to tell the dog thank you for accompanying me until this long. And I know you're already old and you might not have much energy left to accompany me. Rather than seeing you having a sick life like this, if you must go to another stage of life, go. I will let you. That's why I asked him to do. So at night, he told the dogs that. And they cried, actually. They cried together. He cried. He hugged the dogs. Okay, that's it. The next day, he need to go somewhere. During the lunchtime, he came back home. When he walked to the door, the dog came up to him and I think shaking him, touch him for a while. Then he barked a bit. Then when my best friend turned to reach the door, the dog just fell and passed away. So sort of like the dog greeted him for the last time to tell, okay, now you're home. Thank you, I'm going home now. No sickness, no anything, just left. Oh my gosh, goosebump. So it was a beautiful story. After everything's been taken care of, then my friend called me up and he told me the story. So it was a very beautiful story. And he said, even though I got sad, but I let him go. And the dog seems like gone to the next stage of life peacefully. So that is the experience of probably I can say it's a reincarnation, yeah. Jared, whoa, you are at Japan, yeah. Fari said if I got tattoo, I can just be what? Yakuza. So that was my experience. Actually, there is another experience of the reincarnation. This reincarnation I'm thinking because the examples is like someone already passed away and reborn as something else. even though past life is also considered as reincarnation, but it's kind of two different things. Reincarnation is like when we meet someone, like before lah, the dog is actually someone else. It used to be someone, brother, sister, or whatever in the previous life. When we say last life, usually is the term about us, what happened in our previous life. So we are going to talk about that kind of example in the next week. Yeah. And what does it got to do with the karma? So anywhere in religions or even in philosophical point of view, they always said that karma is the main factor that determines where a person will reborn, and not only where but also their status, their family, and everything in the next life. Harusnya kesanaan, nggak berapa kan? Oh nggak kelihatan. Nggak kelihatan kan? So, as you know, if you have a good karma, then you will become, you born as someone in a better life. That's what I said also when, you might probably born as an animal, but if you're born as an animal who lives a luxurious life, you might have a good karma, but you might be having a good logical mind, rather than you become a human, but you're living as an unfortunate human, you better become a pet, but living a luxurious life. No, true, right? Yeah, Farid, what do you think? Huh? Oh, okay. He's going to ask question. Yeah, what do you think? Eh? True, right? What do you think, Emir? Hendra. See, bad karma usually will cause rebirth as an animal, but it depends on you what kind of animal. See, you always say you want to live a better one. Now think, if this one, I said, yeah, this one is for, don't take it very seriously. What I'm saying at the moment, take it as a joke lah. Take it as a joke. All I'm saying is like, people say good karma, bad karma. If you have bad karma, then you become animal. Good karma, then you become human. I just elaborated a bit more. How about if you become human, but you live as a unfortunate human? Never feel happy for once in your life. So that one is still considered good karma or bad karma. But how about the animal who live, don't say someone with a good status. You become a dog for my sister only. Sister Rini. That dog already having a good life. She brought the dogs to the malls, giving enough foods, pamper the dogs. I don't know if she treats the dogs better than the children. Then who's having the bad karma here? The dog or the children? The thing about the children and the dog, this one of course kidding. But see, sometimes it happens like that. Better as an animal. Yeah, Emir, better as an animal, yeah. So I think sometimes you cannot just take everything as a black and white only. You need to look at it on a larger scale. Aduh, kamu diam aja. Sini. Hi Jensen, how are you, master? What happened if I finish all the karma? Will I again have to undergo reincarnation? Oh, this is actually a good one. So, it said, yeah, the end of reincarnation, it is called moksha. Moksha is the end of death and rebirth cycle. And it is called as the ultimate artha or goal. So, when you are born as a human in the beginning, you need to know all about life. You need to learn many things about life. That's why you will be reborn, reincarnation. Because as your soul ages, you need to understand more. Until one day, when you have overcome ignorance and also desires, yeah, they said that that is the end of your samsara. Samsara, you know, like the cycle of life, the end of samsara, and you will be united again with the higher source. So when I told you, if you want to finish all your karma, you cannot finish all your karma. If you finish your karma this life, you're gonna be dead. But of course, after you finish this karma, you're still having the lot other karma. This karma, you only have a strings of karma that you need to understand. That's why some people who is actually already living and attaining the, how do you call it, to that kind of life, yeah, like the Buddhist monk who never want to interact with other people. There are a lot of Hinduist meditators who all their life just only meditate. They sort of know that their life is going to be the moksha, going to be the end. I think I've already told you in the previous life. I told you in the previous sessions, previous life. That's why when they know already that they're going to be, they're having their last life, they don't want to interact with any other human anymore. Because even a slight interaction with humans, it will create a ripple of karma, ripple effect. Then what happened? They need to be reborn again. That's why when you meet all the, what do you call it? The attain and seeking enlightenment, they usually go to the mountain, high to the mountain, to the forest, where nobody there. And suddenly, you died or you still live, nobody knows and nobody cares anymore anyway. Why? Because they are trying to be one with the universe. Once, have slight interaction. Do something wrong, only a bit, create a ripple of karma, reborn again. That's why they don't want to waste that. Some people, some monks in Thailand who are very strict, yeah, in their attaining the enlightenment. Even they have strict diets. They don't eat as much as we are. They restrict a lot of things. Basically, the whole movement, they need to be wholeness, and oh my God, I don't know how to say it in English. It's very difficult thing to achieve. That's why I think once I told you that actually meditation is not that good for us. Do you remember? Do you remember that? I think I told once that meditation is not good for us.
Yeah,
Because when we are born in this life, we have purpose, we have goals. What is our goals? If our goal is already looking for the, apa itu namanya? Kesempurnaan teh, achievement, enlightenment. If we are looking for enlightenment, ever since you are young, you already move and walking to that path. Just like Mother Teresa. Indonesia, they like this one ya. Si cacing dan itu siapa ya? There is a monk actually from Australia who lives in, who used to study and live his life in Thailand. Oh, Ajahn Brahm, I don't know. He's quite famous in Indonesia. So, similar like him. If suddenly you grow up in a materialistic world, you need to work, you need to study, but all your life you feel empty inside. That's why he's looking for another side of life, which is the enlightenment path. Then it's okay to walk to that path because you are called since you are very young. But if you're like already like 40, 50, you already have kids, families to feed, don't think about meditation or go to that enlightenment. Do you have money to support your wife or kids or not? Because when you said, okay, I'm going to be enlightenment, you just said praying, meditating. When you left them, you actually create another karma. You're not going to be enlightened. And your family, you know, when you go to the enlightenment, you need to have a permission from your family. It's always like that. Because why? Once they let go, they, okay, I'm letting you go. Means the karmic relationship is cut. So it's okay for you to walk to that path. But, you know, you go to that path and your wife actually cursing you because suddenly you left with a lot of debts. You know, we don't have anything to eat. We don't have money. You just become a monk. Forget it. The next life, you might not become an animal. You might not become a human. You might become an animal. I just get better as my dog. Yeah, see, better as your dog. I told you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah? I'm talking about you. So if your karma is not that good, better reborn as a dog and become my sister's pet. You're going to live a lot of wonderful life. Moksha is release or freedom from worldly bonds and also free from the cycle of reincarnation. Yeah, true, yeah? True. Master, how can we fix our karma if we become animals? Now we are talking about this thing. When we say all the living things, yeah, if you want to know, the truth is not only us, human, animals, and also plants. I never understand or I never know about someone who reborn as a plant. I don't know that. But in a spiritual world, you can actually talk to the plants and they actually have feelings and they have sensations that you can actually talk and whatever lah. But it's another story. Another living being is also the one who is not in our dimensions. Yeah. You don't know that, huh? So this dimension is the third dimension. We have 2, we have 4 up. So those also wants to be reincarnated. How? Sometimes it's very hard to give you a proper explanation because I told you sometimes it's based on the stories. Like in the Buddhist book, they say like a bird whose wanting to live as a human in the next life. That's why that's why whenever somebody prays, the bird always be with that someone who's praying. And if you watch the Chinese series, White Snake, 白狮子啊 White Snake, you know White Snake, the White Snake. Oh my God, what is the White Snake? Yeah, the White Snake. There is the white snake and there is the green snake, and they already cultivated for many years, and they try to become human. Then the white snake fall in love with one guy, but this one guy, if I'm not wrong, I think he's a scholar. Then he suspected of his wife was something else for a few times. Then they got pregnant. Then after they got pregnant, then suddenly there is a monk from the sect of, killed demon slayer, a demon slayer sect. He always think that all the demons are bad, so he's trying to kill this white snake. You know that? So what happened is, I think the white snake helping the village from getting drowned, if I'm not wrong. Then he was cast under a pagoda for how many years? Then the kids grew up, and when the kids become an adult, he challenged back the monk and released the, if I'm not wrong, too many stories. Nah, see, Master Jensen, the white snake lady, you must know, yeah. We all know. Am I? Is my story right or not? I kind of forget. So Christopher Fari, when I watch action movies, sometimes when I saw the scene of someone getting shot in the head, I felt something strange in my forehead. My friend used to say that I was shot in the head at my past life. If it was associated with karma, would I repeat a similar incident? This is actually talking about past life. I'm going to talk about past life in the next week. But what happened, I'm just going to discuss it a bit. As I mentioned, the most important thing is karma in our current life. But sometimes what happened in our previous life, if you believe in previous life, might has its effect to this life. So if usually you always got this headache and you don't know what happened, you go to doctors, you go anywhere, and you cannot find why suddenly you got headache. You go to a therapist similar like me. Then what we try to do is we try to find your source, the roots of the cause. We try to use the age regressions, which will check you. When was the first one you get the headache? Sometimes you move past until you are in the mommy's tummy. See, if you're in the mommy's tummy, the karma is the parents' karmic. Remember? The ancestors' karmic? There. Sometimes it went through to the other lives. Sometimes suddenly, like you said, you get shot. You died and you get shot. And before you died, maybe I don't know. The shock and the pain was too crucial before you died. That's why the effect and the emotion, you still have it. So usually, if it happened like that, then we have to use a technique. The technique is quite many of numbers. That's why I'm going to actually mention about it next week. Basically, there are two types. One is past life regression. Another one is life between lives. the name of the skill is that. One is past life regression, one is the life between lives. I'm going to explain what is the difference between both of them next week. So it might be, but usually most of our problems can be solved looking at our own karma in this life. We always use the reincarnation one as the last defense. Some people, they try to be specialized in the past life regression. I think in the Western world, they have code ethics, the ethical codes stronger than they have it here. So some people here, they can be remarried, can be having another affair with another woman, and the reason is because the girl or the woman was my wife in my previous life. And as you know, it's actually not connected, like you with her in the previous life, but now you're in this life. You don't really care about the previous. The woman also having her karma at the moment. Why? You met her, then so what? You don't need to marry her again. You marry her again because probably she's pretty or she's having a sexy body, whatever. But if you can remember, if you come to me, I will remember, because you know, as a married man, you will find out whomever you married a woman. And a woman is like that. Always try to control you, you know lah. We will discuss this in the fourth karma. Everything is like that. Everything is already has a pattern. So when you say, oh, because that one is my previous wife. Oh my God. Maybe in your previous life, your wife also mean to you. So, yeah. Thinking about horny only this one. Who else? Udah ya? Habis ya? Okay. I think that's about it. Is there any more question? As a knowledge, as a bonus knowledge, in Hindu, the god of karma is called Vishnu. It's the supreme enforcer of karma, who is acting as a sanctioner and overseer. So he was the one who judged you. And you, as a human, we have the freedom and responsibility for our own acts. So the gods, they never actually interfere. They only look and after that judge. Never interfere in Hindu. Where in Buddhist tradition, the karma refers to the action driven by intention, as we all know, and we already explained. That karma leads to the future consequences, and those are the things that is used as the determining factor in the rebirth in samsara. Whether you are going to become another human, whether you become someone is having a lot of money, why this life, you try to work, you try to do something, but everything seems fail. Usually in Buddhist tradition, they will always say that you have karma, that you need to repay your karma first. No god of karma in Buddhist, yeah? Not like Hindu. Everything is all about karma, where in Hindu, basically the same. Basically the same. We have our own freedom. We choose what we want to do. But in Hinduism, there is Vishnu who will actually judging us. But in Buddhist, automatically it become the determining factor on your next life. Something like that only. I hope you guys can understand the basic of reincarnation first, because as we going to talk more next week, that we are going to talk about the soul's age, yeah, the soul age, the life between lives. Tahu ya, life between lives. Hey, that's a good one. And also the past life regression thing and the examples. I even do a therapy once, and when I asked him, "What are you?" because he couldn't answer, then he said, "I was a fish." So yeah, I already experienced a lot of things with the past life. It's kind of exciting moments. I know few of my past lives. One of the past life that I always do that one is the relation between me and my sister, whom was my mother in the previous life. And in another life, my one of my current best friends was actually my wife, yeah. No, it's true. That's why, to me, even though he's a guy, totally straight guy, I think he's like a woman, yeah. Keep talking, to me only. Then after I found out and I saw that section of life, and I told him, oh my God, that's why you keep talking like a woman, because you used to be my wife, and we just had a good laugh. Yeah, something like that. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you understand the basic of reincarnation. I think it's enough for today. Is there any more questions, Amir? Haha, naughty. What happened, Master? Naughty. Oh. Yeah, any more questions? No? Fari, you have more questions?
No.
May you have more questions? Okay. What do you think about reincarnation? Fun, eh?
It's very complex, I think.
It is actually very complex. That's why don't only see it as, wow, who was I before? No, like you see it first as the foundation, what happened, why it could be like that, because it is deeply rooted with the religion and the belief of the Asian people. Why Asian? Why not the Middle Eastern? See, the religions having different roots and different thinking. But actually, they will connect in one point, but I don't think I'm going to discuss it, because if I say it, then it's going to be a lot of debate and whatever. You say don't marry the same lady again. Ha ha ha. No, Master, what I mean is sometimes here people make excuses. So they remarried. No, not remarried. They married. They're having the second wife lah. They're having the second wife. And the reason is only like, because she used to be my wife in a previous life. Which actually, because we're living in this life. Yeah, we're living in this life. We don't care about what happened in a previous life. In one of my previous life, one of my best friend currently, he used to be my wife. What do you think? Should I marry him? I'm not going to marry him. He's a guy. I don't like guys. He doesn't like me. We are straight, man. His children called me uncle, though. So we're having a very good relationship. But I'm not going to. No. But I told him, it was bad, though. I said, yeah. When you're with your wife, imagine the face like me. I hope by saying that I didn't ruin his night experience. For sure, I don't want to memorize his face during night time. Debt not fully paid in past life. Yeah. It's not that not fully paid. What we can pay, it depends on the relationship that we can have. So sometimes it got intersections, so we met. But sometimes because we are lust, we are horny, we just use the reason. Because in the theory of reincarnation, I should talk about this next week. I should see in Hindu belief system, someone who passed away will be reborn as the same family line. But what happened? Not in the Hindu. You can just be reborn as anyone. Basically, the most important thing is why there is a reincarnation, because we actually have higher self, and this higher self want us to experience a lot of things in life. So, are we always male? No. Sometimes we are male, sometimes we are female, sometimes we are like Chinese, sometimes we are Westerners, sometimes we are black skinned people. How about religion? Okay, I'm not going to argue, but based from the books and everything, they say we are also going to have different kind of religions. So maybe I become a Hindu now, become Buddhist, whatever. Why? Because every one of us have to experience everything one by one, and we have to experience it by first hand. That's why when you believe in reincarnation, you cannot actually become a racist, because you might hate one race, but because of your hatred, you might be reborn as one of the race, because you need to understand, and after that you need to be repent, and you need to understand why you do like that. And of course, while you were born into that race, you're not going to have a happy life. Say for example, Hitler killed a lot of Jews, so probably based on from the reincarnation perspective, if reincarnation perspective, no heaven, no hell, yeah, means he's going to be reborn as Jews, and he's going to be a Jews who endure a lot of hatred, a lot of violence, everything. So he needs to see it from the other person's perspective, something like that, to understand. Okay. Is that it? Nobody else asked. Nobody else. Thank you everyone for attending my live this sessions. As I already told you before, so I'm going to continue about reincarnations. We are going to talk about the life between lives and past life regressions. Then after that, we also, I don't know, yeah, whether we are going to talk about that, or we are going to talk what is actually happened with karma and reincarnation. I don't know which one first, yeah. I think we first need to talk about the karma and the reincarnation, and after that we need to talk about the past life regression and then life between lives. There are so many things integrated. Sometimes it's very, very hard for me to say because everything is like a web, interconnecting. And this is actually the real thing about karma. Okay, thank you. Pleasant evening, buddy. Stay healthy. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, everyone, because Chinese New Year just passed, 恭喜发财,恭喜发财. Wish you all have a happy, healthy life, happy life, exciting life ahead of you, and everyone will be rich, yeah. 恭喜恭喜,恭喜发财. Okay, bye everyone.